Okay, pound yen. Looking at the play this morning. Right now, just once again, we're going to run through the analysis all the way through down to entry targets and so forth. So if you recall from the analysis this morning, all right, I said that looking at this move here, all right, we have identified that intraday bullish momentum. Okay, now looking at structure quickly, we also identified that price obviously broke above our critical resistance over there. All right, now that obviously turned to critical support. Okay, so when we sat down this morning, this H4 candle had opened and pushed straight down into this region. All right, I then still said to you, looking at the buying pressure, looking at the intraday momentum, looking at the retest of this critical support, all right, we could see that H4 candle flip bullish, all right? And the reason being is because we did not have a top side to the candle. And with that candle not having a top side and the current buying pressure, the probability of a flip was extremely high. So that was the first thing we needed to take note of, all right? Second thing was this critical level over here around 151.5, all right? That obviously being the high, being a critical resistance region. So this is where we were looking for buys. That was the higher time frame target, trading this range over here. All right, now once we've established that on the H4, we can then move down to the hourly. Now let's quickly remove all of that and let's look at recent price action or recent structure. So you'll see that we identified our critical support over there around 150.5, all right? And that is where we were waiting for a pullback into, okay? So if you remember correctly, I said, well, let's wait for a deeper pullback. We can see price pullback into this region, into that fresh support. And that is where we can start looking for downside rejection and confirmation to get long. Now, obviously that did not happen, all right? I then said to you, looking at our next critical level on the hourly, we have a critical at 151, all right, big psychological level. So that H4 range has now been broken down into two smaller ranges on the hourly, all right, as we do have a significant level within the middle of that H4 range, and that obviously being 151, all right. Now, when price failed to pull back into this region, we then identified that we would start looking to get involved with a break of 151, where we could then look at getting involved and going long up into 151.5. So we have around 45 to 50 pip range to work with. So that became our new focal point. All right. Now, moving to the 30-minute, all right, we identified the following. So let's quickly map this level out over here. All right, we mapped that level out. And if you drag that left, you'll see that that ties into once again, critical region. We then had a minor level over here at around 151, 150. And then our target up at the high at 151, 500. Right. So now with that in mind, we then saw price react at this region here. We had a nice push up into this critical resistance, all right, around 151. Now, if you recall, looking at the 15-minute time frame, I still said to you, all right, lower time frame, we've had a nice push up into this region. The 5-minute did manage to break, all right, our level, but I was not happy with that structure, okay? I then still say to you, looking at the 30-minute, I am a bit, worried with that rejection, the close back below our critical region. So we needed to wait. Okay, so if we quickly have a look at the structure on the 5-minute time frame, you'll see that that lower time frame structure held very nicely up into our critical. We then broke, closed back below, and this is what raised a slight concern. Okay. I then still said, all right, we need to get above this new high over there. All right. So we monitored. We did not get that. The 1-minute became a mess. 5-minute became a mess. All right. As we consolidated for quite some time here at the critical. And then we had that 5-minute close over there. But if you recall, we moved over to the 15-minute. And I still said to you, all right, now looking at the higher time frame, I'd like to see a nice 15-minute engulf, all right, breaking the high over there, where we could then start looking at getting involved. And now that's exactly what happened, right? So we managed to get that strong bullish engulf off the critical level. We broke the high, and on that close, we then took entry. Okay, so our entry looked like this over here. Stop loss just below that engulf, the 15-minute time frame, and our target at 151.5. All right, so with that, we had a risk reward of around what, 4.2. Okay, a stop of around, call it 10 pips, target of around 44 pips. All right, so pretty straightforward. The reason why we waited on that 15-minute confirmation was just purely based on the fact that the 1 minute and the 5 minute was not clear. Okay, I did not like the structure, the lower time frame structure. I did not like how price was consolidating on the break of the critical, along with the 30-minute candle not having a bottom side to it and the close back below. But then once we got that 15-minute engulf, all right, breaking that level over there and rejecting our critical support with that intraday momentum, that gave us confirmation to get long and fill the range.